The winds are blowing. Hey, hey, Reb here, or Rebecca, but just not Becky. I think you know that by now, hopefully. So, it's very windy and loud. It's the end of the season, so the motorcycles are out and about because it's a little warmer today. I hope you can hear me. I hope. But I have to be out here because both of my daughters are inside doing school because you know, the schools are closed, so they're all doing it online. So, hopefully you can hear me. I think I've said that a few times. I hope you can hear me. So today, what we're going to do is an update on my Begonia propagations that we talked about a few videos ago. I'm going to show you the progress, and then, since almost all of them are ready to be potted up, I'm going to show you when I decide, at what point I decide to pot them up and how I do it. Like how I take them out of the moss, what I use to pot them into, the soil mixture, and we're going to pot them up. And then the ones that I've already done, because they were ready, I'll show you how they're doing. They're doing really well. Sound good? Let's do it. Shall we? We shall. All right, I'm going to set my stuff up and get all of these propagations down here, and then we'll get going. And you're not going to have to look at my face for a while because I'm going to go tight on the begonias. I lied. Here's my face. First, let's do a little update on some of the propagations that I did and have already planted up. And some of them you saw potted up, but we'll do another update on them. Do you remember the one in the pink fish? I'll show what it looked like last time. It now has a new little leaf popping up right there, and a new little growth point coming up right there. So it is doing fantastic in just that little time. It's a cute little one in a very 70s mug. No, this one I put in the jewel box, which I will show, and it grew too big for the jewel box really fast. So I put it in this cute little 70s mug. I have a thing for 70s mugs at thrift stores. And look, how big it has already gotten. So that is growing very quickly. Okay. This one I think I may have already potted up, maybe, in the last video. This one, some sort of, no, I don't know if I had or not, beefsteak. And it has gotten very much larger. It's so pretty with those deep burgundy backs. So that one's doing fantastic. I definitely don't think I had potted this one up before. This is another one that I'm not quite sure what it is. But it's come a long way already. The mama leaf is not happy. It's ready to go. But that does not matter, because it's got all sorts of little babies in there. Okay. And then this was another one of my Begonia racinifolia propagations. And it lost a lot of perlite just now. But look at that. Once these start getting leaves, they grow super fast. So again, the mama leaf faded fast, but look at those babies. They have little tiny baby fuzz. They're so cute. It's this tiny mini mo. This one I think I talked about in that last video because it popped out a leaf almost instantly because it was a rhizome cutting instead of just a leaf cutting. So it popped out a new leaf like within a week, and I was shocked. I was shook. I was crazy shook. But it didn't have any roots when I pulled it out. But this was the first rhizome cutting I had ever done. And now it's got another tiny little leaf popping out. But I love this little guy. And it has a tiny little baby coming out. But the new leaf was tiny when I showed it last. And now it's big. But this is a mini mo, so it stays really, really little. I'm really excited to see this one. And the new baby leaf. Wait, are there two? Oh, there's a few coming, I think. Cute. And that's it. Okay, let's get on with this show. Oh, gosh, my knees. Okay. All right. Do you remember the Begonia jewel box? This was planted, I believe, on July 18th. I've already taken a couple things out of here, and I think I showed you them. Now, these, almost all of them are ready to come out. This is what, oh gosh, is in here. Now, again, I will put names on the screen. I have to get the names from the people who gave them to me because I need to label them anyway. This one came from Pam, my girl, from Pammy's Planty Things, and it was the first one to put off new leaves. Now, I decide they're ready to pot up once they put off little leaves. Once the little leaves get a little tiny bigger, then I know it's time to pot them up. They have enough roots. First they grow roots, then they sprout off little leaves, if they're leaf cuttings. As I learned, if they're rhizome cuttings, typically they pop off leaves and then they grow roots. So once they have little leaves, I decide they're ready to come up. So this was the first one. Then the second one to throw off some little leaves was this one. Oh, it's not very easy to see in this light. I believe it's like Black Mambo. I'm going to put the name on. That's also from Pam. That's the same one, but that was not next. This one was next. Okay, then this one. Now, my little tiger paw. Those, I don't see little leaves yet, but we'll see once I get in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, if you can see, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take it out by taking a big chunk of moss all around it out, so I try not to disturb the roots. When I do this, I'm probably going to end up pulling these two tiger paw out because I don't think there's any way around that. So when I do it, I guess I'm going to see if there's little leaves on those too. So let's just try, if I can, to take just this first one out. see if I can do this how you can see it. So I'm gently, okay, that worked. So I'm gently taking a nice clump all around it out. So I didn't disturb any of the root ball or any of the leaves. Now I need to get all of the moss off of the roots. Now these are very, very delicate roots. So you have to be gentle, like you do with any propagation. And it's always hard to tell if something is a root or moss. If you lose a root or two here, it's okay. You just don't want to lose too many. So I just go slow. The baby roots are going to be really, really little tiny hairs for the most part, and just little white hairs on most of the begonia props. You don't want to let that moss dry out too much, or it's going to be really hard to get them off. If it's too dry, you can moisten it a little bit to help. You'll start to see what the roots look like, which will help you a little bit. And it's okay to leave some moss on there, but I try to get as much as I can off. Since begonias like it moist anyway, I mean, the spag's going to keep it a little more damp in the soil. But I try to get the big chunks off. Are you starting to see the little hairy roots? Okay, I think I have most of the moss off. Enough that it's not going to be a problem. So look, you can see there's more leaves starting to come under there. Now, to pot this up, sometimes I use, I'm not going to use this moss again because I'm putting it on the dirty stuff. Sometimes I use plastic, much to a lot of people's chagrin. Sometimes I use terracotta. And sometimes I use ceramic. It's really whatever I happen to have. So for this super beautiful begonia, I think I'm going to put this one that seems to grow fast. Let's put this one in here. Okay. For soil, oh, I keep stabbing myself on my cactus garden. For soil, for the begonias, and this I learned from Rachel from Heart Shaped Leaves. When I did my first one, I asked her for help, and she told me to do this. It is literally half soil, half perlite. So heavy. Everyone's like, begonias need to be super moist, but her advice to me was put it in half soil, half perlite, and don't drown it. So that's what I do, and it works. Okay? I have some orchid bark in there too. I use my regular soil is basically what I do. Alright, so I have it like halfway up so that I can just have it where I want and then fill in around the roots so I don't squash them. I don't want to like dig a hole and then pop them in. I'm trying to be as gentle as I can with those little delicate baby new roots. You may think that this pot is too big for them. However, these grow so fast. And since everything's growing on this side of that leaf, I should probably not center it. I'm basically kind of resting this on the side of the pot. And I don't have water out here with me. And I should water it instantly. However, my daughter's doing school right inside of this door off the balcony. So I can't go get it right now. So I tried to mostly center where the new leaves are, since that's where they're coming up from. And I have them pretty much right at the top, and the roots right where the new leaves are coming. Right where the new leaves are coming is where I pot them at the top of the soil. Okay, that's that. Now I am gonna go disturb her and get water so I can water it right away. So hold on. Okay, I'm gently watering it in. And I do want to drench it the first time. Well, like anything, I drench them. Once they're fairly dry, I drench them all the way. But like all of my plants, I let them dry out almost all the way. Even my begonias. How's my mic? Oh, my mic needs to come down a little bit. And I make sure that it didn't settle too much around those roots. All right. Voila, one done. And I have not had any problem with any of my begonia propagations growing like mad after I potted them up. Okay, let's do another quick. Let's try to get this black mamba out again. I'm gonna try my best, and this one has a lot of leaves. I would have done it a little sooner, but I was trying to wait until I could film. This one has a lot of roots, so this might take a lot with it. Uh-oh. This one's going to take a lot with it, I think. think we're gonna have to do some separation here. Okay, well, we had a little issue because I think we've got a lot of roots grown together. So I'm trying to wiggle the roots apart a little, very gently. That was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Let's set that down for a sec. Oh! This one has a whole bunch of little babies that are starting to come up. So this one actually is ready. Whoa! Look at that. They all are pretty much ready at once. Okay. This one is so cool because all of the leaves came in different colors to start. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see any of that. So all of the little babies came in, like some came in red and green, and then they're going dark. So, all right, we're gonna gently pull off moss, but there are a lot of roots on this one because so many babies came up. I should have pulled this one out sooner, but like I said, I was waiting until I could film the video. So this is why you shouldn't wait until more than a couple of leaves come up. I'm also going to pot up the Begonia Propagations that I purchased from the Heart-Shaped Leaves prop shop from the members only plant purge that Rachel did. And that's going to be the stressful one. That is one heck of a sensitive begonia. Oh my gosh, this is so adorable. I'm just gently trying to weasel the moss out. That's enough. Oh wow, that's windy. All right, so check that out. Now you can see the leaves really well. You see all the different colors. I hope that's in focus. So cool. But look at all those roots. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, I think we'll do this pot. It's a little big, but that's okay. It'll grow into it. I just have to be cautious. Actually, it's not that bad because the roots are already touching, and I only put a little bit of soil in there, and they're already touching down there. Alright, so again, All of the leaves are coming up on this side. You can see that. They're all coming up on this side of that leaf. So I'm going to put the leaf over here and fill in up to about there. And then just wiggle it a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit. And I just want where the leaves are starting to come up to be at the top of the soil. And all the roots to be just under the soil. Water it in a little bit, and then probably add a little more soil. And then I will put these by my humidifier so they get lots of humidity. All right. That one's going to be hard to see because it's such a dark begonia. But it's all ready. I'm going to leave, well, I know it wants to come. No, it doesn't really. There. So that doesn't have a ton of roots, so I'm going to use a little tiny pot. I'm going to go with this little tiny plastic pot because it's not really that established. This one's got the least amount of leaves and the least amount of roots. It's so top heavy, I might use some toothpicks to support it. And then I just usually, to do it, I just go under the big leaf at an angle and just create a little support like that, if you can see. And then I would usually do a second one the other direction, but I don't know what I did with the box. This one was just laying there. But that's it for this little guy. The leaves on this tiger paw, the little baby leaves are really tiny on this one. Oh, but there are several. I guess we can give it a whirl. Whoops. I guess we can give it a whirl. Alright. Lots of roots. Only three tiny little leaves. If you can see those. Aha. This is like, I don't know, 5 days later. Reb. I've been trying to get this video edited ever since I filmed it. And I've been working a lot. And my motivation has been low when I'm not working. Oh, look, how cute is he? Oh, hey. So I hope that you have learned a little bit something if you have been interested in trying propagation of begonias. And are you okay? Are you okay? And I hope that you will give it a whirl. It's fun, and that was an 8.5-week process for that begonia propagation effort, and it was very successful. Things are growing very well, and maybe in another couple of months I'll give you an update on how all of those propagations that I planted are growing. Sound good? So Albert and I and Poppy Pants here, we all say that we wish you a very plantastic day, and we remind you to be kind to others, because right now everyone needs a little extra kindness and a little extra love. And love will always win. Right, Albert? Love wins. We all agree. All right. Have a plantastic day. Bye.